What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva, and knowledge, Lady Mocha. Represent Mocha's Cafe. They're part of this one. I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to all of my subscribers, my A1s from day ones. I thank y'all for still being loyal to my channel. Those of you who have recently subscribed, if you just joined the family, I welcome you to Mocha's Cafe de Paris family, and thank you for subscribing. If this is your first time hearing any of my content ever and you like what you hear, please make sure you like, you share, you subscribe. For my ladies who rather, go to a channel where it's specifically based for women and it's a lot of topics pertaining to women only, you're more than welcome to subscribe to my channel, Mocha's Ladies Lounge. That's my channel strictly for women. Men are welcome to subscribe there as well, but it's really my channel, my separate channel that's specifically for women. So if you haven't subscribed to Mocha's Ladies Lounge, ladies, please make sure y'all do that. I haven't been uploading a lot there because I haven't reached the number of subscribers that I would like in order for me to start uploading more content. So please make sure y'all do that if you haven't already. So moving right along into today's recipe. And I thought it was imperative that I talked about this because it's a lot of women in the United States of America that is dealing with this type of issue. It's very common and it's going to continue to be an issue because let's just be honest. A lot of people don't stay with their significant other after a child is born, after a child is conceived. Babies does not keep a relationship. Babies does not keep a marriage. Children don't keep people together. Bottom line. And as you find yourself out there dating, if you are in the dating pool, if that's what you're doing, you're dating, meeting different people, keep in mind it's going to be harder and harder to find a companion that does not have children. Because just about everybody has children, especially once you start hitting those 30s and 40s. It's going to be hard to find somebody who does not have children. And the truth of the matter is, as much as we may have a preference, we may tell ourselves, I don't want to date a man with children. I don't want to date a woman with children. Truth of the matter is, you may end up finding a man or woman you're compatible with that just so happens to have children, have a child. But in this instance, this is more in reference to men that have toxic baby mamas. And it's imperative that men understand what they are up against, what their wives, what their fiancés, what their girlfriends, the woman that is significant to them, a woman that they're building a commitment with. A lot of men are not understanding what their new woman is in for when it comes to dealing with his toxic baby mama, his baby mama drama. And I've heard numerous complaints from different women, like he doesn't get it, he doesn't understand, he tries to downplay everything and make it sound simple, like it's not that big of a deal, I'm just being dramatic, I'm just blowing it out of proportion. And men, a lot of times, y'all, especially when it comes to women, being that we're emotional creatures, it's always this assumption that, we're blowing things out of proportion. You're just being too dramatic. You're just making it more than what it is, And a lot of the times, in most cases we do. We do blow things out of proportion. But what a lot of you men aren't understanding is that the reason why we blow things out of proportion is because we know how women move. Woman knows a woman like a man knows a man. Women know women. Okay, we're different in a lot of ways, but we have a lot of similarities, regardless of our ethnicity, our race, our cultures, our morals. Women know how to read other women. So when your significant other tells you something about your baby mama, especially if it's something that she feels is going to cause harm to your household, to your relationship, trust and believe she's not telling you things because she wants to make things complicated, but she sees the game that is being ran on you. She sees the manipulation. And as a woman, when you can pinpoint that another woman is being manipulative and being very vindictive, um, as your as being your companion, being your mate, we want the best for you. We don't want you being used. We don't want you being manipulated, just because a woman has your child. Because let's face it, women can become very vindictive. They will pull desperate measures when it comes to trying to get something accomplished. When it comes to them trying to get something they want from you as the father of their child. So that's the reason why I'm going into this particular topic, is because it's too many women that are getting frustrated with the fact that their man, their fiance, their husbands, you guys are not catching on. Y'all are not catching on to the games that these women are playing with you when it comes to your children. And if anybody has a fiance or husband, who you feel he just doesn't goddamn get it, that's why I come in at. You share this content with him, let him listen to it. Maybe sometimes men have to hear a different voice of reason, because sometimes as wives we nag a lot, so it becomes repetitive, even though when you're saying something that makes perfect sense, it's like blah 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 blah. It just comes off as we're just bitching just to be bitching about stuff. So but I'm basically sharing this content so I can give men a different intake as to why your baby mama hates your wife. Because again, a lot of you men, y'all speak a different language from women. Y'all don't understand our language, and truth be told, we don't always understand y'all language. So I'm going to break down the ingredients, the elements of why your baby mama hates your wife. And some of this stuff is going to hit close to home. Some of it is going to be way off base. It's like, nah, that's not even true. But keep in mind, if it doesn't apply, you ain't got to reply. Every factor that I mentioned doesn't necessarily mean that's what you're doing. Doesn't necessarily mean that's what you ain't doing. So just take it with a grain of salt. Only take the portions of this content that pertains to you and your situation. You feel me? So we want to go ahead and break down the elements as to why your baby mama hates your wife. So first thing is first. This ain't the case for every man. Only you know who you are. You know if you are that man. If you are still smashing the baby mama, if you're still having relations with the baby mama, if you're still every once in a while, you and your wife, fiance, old lady, fall out, have an argument, disagreement, and every time things go left, instead of you, dealing with it in an adult, mature manner, you communicate with your woman, y'all talk and reach a mutual understanding. That way both of y'all can be content with the solution. Some of you dudes do not do that. Some of y'all are very childish, and instead of dealing with the matter at hand, when you're not getting what you want from your current woman, you go to your baby mama as a blanket. She's your comforter. She's there for you in the event things aren't going right in your current relationship. Now, I will say, if it doesn't apply, you ain't got to reply. Okay, you can fast forward it to the next factor, but this is one of the biggest issues. A lot of men who do this They don't see anything wrong with it. And they don't understand that you cannot sleep with the woman and convince her that you're happy with the current woman you're with. You can't just keep smashing your baby mama, but at the same time you telling her you love the woman you with, you gonna marry the woman you with, or either you are married to the woman you with. You cannot give your baby mama high hopes, false hopes, and mixed signals. A lot of you dudes be doing that. Only you know who you are. If this is something you are doing, I suggest you stop smashing your baby mama. Just because y'all have a child together, that does not mean you always have pussy privileges. Hate to say that word, but we all adults here. Cannot think you have those type of privileges. And the truth is, what a lot of you men don't understand is a lot of women, not all, a lot of women think that once she has a child from you, that she's also entitled to the penis. She also assumes that she will always have full access membership to your penis, called penis privileges. So there's this misconception that a lot of people think because they have children together that gives them a pass to smash, a smash pass, and it does not. In fact, it is a total violation. In the event you are in a relationship, you're married, you don't need to be creeping with your baby moms. And a lot of you guys do this, and then a lot of y'all are trying to play crazy like y'all don't understand why she's trying to upset your wife, why she's upsetting your wife, why she's trying to create problems for your household. You cannot smash a chick. Your baby mama, I don't care if she says, I'm not trying to be with you no more like that. I just want you to stop by and hit me off sometimes, hit me up sometimes. I'm not going to make no problems for you, or I'm not trying to be your woman like that again. She may say all this initially, but the moment y'all fall out or have a disagreement, she's going to use it against you. And she's going to make sure she has solid evidence. Because one thing about baby mamas, they love to hurt current wives, current girlfriends. They're going to come in strong with some hard, solid evidence. If she got to pull you goddamn drawers off of you, while you sleep, or snap a picture of you. So, don't think you're slicker than these females. These women are very vindictive. When a woman wants to ruin another woman's relationship, she has no filter. And you make it easy for your baby mama to ruin your relationship with your wife, your girlfriend, if you are over there partaking and having sexual relationships with her. It's not a good situation for a man to put himself in, where he's going to the baby mama complaining about you. And this is the reason why a lot of baby mamas do not respect the wives. They don't respect the girlfriends. Yeah, he say that now. He feel that way now. But you best believe I can hit that anytime I want. I get that anytime I want. That's a big issue when you're still having sex with your baby mama. You're still hitting off every now and then. Even when things are going right. Doesn't necessarily mean things are wrong on the home front. But a lot of these baby mamas, that's what they're going to believe. They're going to believe, oh, you still hitting it because you're not happy with the woman you're with. It gives her this one-up. It strokes her ego. When she's still able to smash you. And while you looking at it like you're getting the best of both worlds, what you're doing is you're creating a hurricane. Because eventually it's going to spiral out of control and it's going to dismantle a lot of things in the process. So if you're smashing your baby mama, please stop smashing your baby mama. Because you constantly having relations with her, she's thinking eventually you're going to leave. I don't know why, but you still got women who think the vagina has power. So she feels as if, long as she keep allowing you to smash, that eventually you're going to leave where you are, and she finds out over time she's been sleeping with you all this time, and you have not given in, but instead you're being greedy. You smashing her, going home, smashing the wife, whatever. Eventually, she's going to feel some type of way. And you're going to suffer her wrath. She's going to expose you. She can't wait to tell your wife. Can't wait to tell your girlfriend. And this is something some women have to consider. If the baby mama is still acting crazy or still doing the most, maybe something you have to consider. Again, this is not the case for everybody. But at the same time, it may be something you need to consider. Is he still screwing her? Why is she acting so possessive? Why is she acting like she still stands a chance with him? So definitely avoid doing that, because this would be one of the reasons your baby mama will hate your wife. You're still hitting her, but you with your wife and taking your wife out, treating your wife like a queen, but you treating her as a dumpster diver. So anyway, going to my next point. Another reason that your baby mama hates your wife is because you've shown her that she can get under your skin. And a lot of you men, y'all are professionals. These baby mamas are experts at getting up under y'all skin. And y'all fall for it every time. All she has to do is say, well, if you don't do this or do that, I won't let little JJ come this weekend. Or I will take you to court and ask you for an increase. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Y'all let these women drive y'all insane with these kids. And all it's doing is adding more stress on you as a man, and it's causing more havoc in your household, and it's creating a wedge between you and your wife, your girlfriend. Because you have let her know that you love your children so much that you are willing to let her get up under your skin at any cost. A baby mama who knows how to push your buttons will do it for entertainment purposes. And that's what a lot of these baby mamas do, especially the bitter ones, the toxic ones. They get a kick out of watching you squirm, out of watching you cry, out of asking you to, out of pleading with you, out of begging, having you beg, plead, roll over like Rover. I mean, they just get a kick out of just tormenting you, torturing you with your children. And what tends to happen is when these women have tormented you and tortured you with the threats of taking your kids or doing things to make your kids turn against you, it changes your whole mood. I've heard so many instances in which a man will go to see his kids or drop his kids off, and because she knows that is her moment to act her ass and act out or say something out of pocket or do something to make him mad, the man, you men, y'all go home in a totally different mood. Your whole vibe has changed. I mean, you left the house in good spirits. You had a good day at work. Everything is going good and smooth. And every time you go near this broad, I mean, your whole aura just changes. She brings you down. She knows all she has to do is send a text or say a word and you will react with venom. It gives her satisfaction to know that she can control you. And a lot of you men, because y'all love y'all children so much, you're willing to take the abuse. And I know a lot of you will say, well, I got to do what I got to do when it comes to my children. But at some given point, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And sometimes you have to be a dick. And even if that means your kids are losing out in the process, sometimes you have to be a dick. And let her do it, have to deal without your assistance. You have to put in a position where she has to do it alone. Where she got to handle it on her own. You have to put your foot down somewhere. You have to look at the long haul. Versus where you're going to tolerate whatever you got to tolerate because you want your children so bad. But you got to look at the down. You got to look at, the long term. If you shut it down now, you know what I mean? And put your foot down now. And she sees that she cannot do it without you. Or she sees that her manipulative tactics aren't working. Then she'll eventually come off her high horse. And she'll have to, submit to you in a more humble manner. Not to mean that she's going to be this full change woman, and she's still not going to try some bullshit, but she going to think twice. She going to learn not to take a bus so far with you. But a lot of you men are so thirsty. Now have a connection with your children. She can disrespect you in front of the kids, disrespect you in front of your wife, and you take that. And what you're not understanding is you're creating a monster. You're creating a monster. Also, for those of you who love this content that I'm giving, please make sure you cash at me, $DymondGyrl, DymondGyrl. I'm doing this content to try to save marriages, to try to help y'all have peace with y'all situation. I want to try to do a book on this, so please, if y'all could cash out and donate to my movement, that would be awesome, because I know I'm giving some really, really effective solutions that can actually bring more peace to y'all household. So please cash out DymondGyrl if y'all, if you're willing to do so. So, anywho, again, a lot of these women know they got y'all by the balls with these kids, and they will drag you every goddamn time. And you're not understanding that it's making your wife very frustrated. And you have to realize these baby mamas, they know whatever they do to you, your wife, your girlfriend is going to get the back end of it. You know what I mean? It's a domino effect. They know that if they can target you, make you miserable, you're going to take that same miserable energy, you're going to take it with you. You're going to take it to your household. I mean, some of y'all go pick up y'all kids, like I say, you come back in a funky ass attitude because this broad and showed her ass, you know what I mean, or said something out of pocket to you, or she had some random dude over there playing daddy to your kids, you know what I mean, anything that sees the moment, because she knows eventually you got to come over there. So she will purposely set things up knowing you coming that day to get your kids. You know what I mean? So you got to be mindful of that. Once she has figured out your combination to your lock, she knows how to get up under your skin, it's going to be a constant issue. You cannot let your baby mama knows that she has the type of power to infiltrate you mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Because it's definitely it's not fair to your wife, because at the end of the day, your wife got to be the one to deal with your damn attitude. You know what I mean? Your baby mama done got off because she done knocked you off your rocker, knows you're going home, and, she knows how to stir you up, because you got to realize these women have been with y'all before. They know y'all very well. Even though you may be a new man, you may be a better man compared to what you was with her, they still know you, how you feel when it comes to your children. So you cannot allow these women to keep infiltrating and dictating your mood, infiltrating your household, because again, your mood and the way you handle things, your wife or your woman, your girlfriend, fiance at home, they got to deal with the bullshit. We the ones that got to comfort y'all, every time these, Seahawks do something out of alignment. We got to reprogram y'all, get y'all mind back right together. Why you let her upset you? We got to be the goddamn mediator, and we got to be like the coach on the sidelines, trying to encourage you and motivate you to stay in the game, even though you might have fumbled the ball. And actually, sometimes it gets sickening, it's draining, and it's frustrating. You know what I mean? So, you men, y'all got to work on that. Stop letting your baby mama get up under your skin. The next thing is, you have to realize, the reason why your baby mama hates your wife, y'all already had a toxic relationship way before your wife came along. I mean, why did y'all break up? Did you explain to your wife she was crazy? How did you react to her craziness? How did you deal with it? Why would you expect civil and rational behavior from a woman who is used to being disrespected or having her way? What type of relationship y'all have prior? And let's be frank, a lot of you men don't be honest. Or it's not so much that y'all are not being honest. You have just learned to tune certain shit out. Especially when you reach the point where you realize there's nothing you can do with your baby mama's emotions. You just learn to let stuff go, and all it does, it piles up and piles up and piles up to the point it becomes unbearable. A lot of y'all have not had a good communication with your baby mama to begin with. And it's not fair for the wife or the new missus to come along and she has to be the cleanup woman because y'all both don't have to both can't communicate effectively. And to be honest, your baby mama, especially if she's bitter and toxic, she's not going to let your wife be the cleanup woman anyway. She's not going to let your wife or your significant other fix it for y'all. Because in her mind, it's like you letting her regulate it when in actuality, she's trying to level it out. Now, I will say you do got some new wives or new fiancés that be on some bullshit too. It's not always just the baby mamas. But in this case, we're talking about the bitter baby mamas. You have to realize whatever dysfunction that took place in that relationship before your wife came along, it's not fair to the wife because both of y'all failed at being communicators. So you have to be very mindful of that. Some of y'all have not had the best of relationships with y'all baby mamas. And y'all know y'all have an unhealthy relationship with y'all baby mamas. And a lot of y'all will not be transparent. I mean, you'll give the basic, men, y'all will give the basic scenario, but y'all don't really thoroughly go into the real deal. You may say something like, well, we just never got along, or, well, she always being dramatic. You're not really breaking down the elements as to why. You're not really stressing, well, I know one time I cheated on her with a best friend, or I know I made her think we was going to get married and we didn't. You have to be very transparent and very detailed so your wife know what the hell she's signing up for. A lot of you men, y'all like to just kind of blow shit off. Oh, she always like that. Just because she always like that, that don't mean I always want to deal with her being like that. You have to be honest and let your wife or whoever you're with know me and this woman never got along good. I mean, I disappointed her, or I caught her messing with my homeboy, and I cut off. Keep it real, be detailed. Don't just give a quick damn explanation on it, Basically, if the situation was already talked from the flow up, it's not fair to your wife to have to, your companion, for her to have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know we got to deal with it, but at the same token, until y'all straighten that out, until y'all get a better effective communication skills towards each other, you don't need to have your wife intervening too much, because it's just going to cause problems. As far as you want her to be more involved with the child, you want her to participate more with you when it comes to dealing with the mother. Your wife, your fiance, she cannot help the situation if it was already toxic to begin with. It's not fair to her. Y'all need to fix that on your own. You as a man, you got to fix that with her. Alright? Like I said, it depends on what type of baby mama you're dealing with. If she seems reasonable and somebody you can, make common sense with or whatever, then y'all can do that. But in terms, we're talking about toxic baby mamas today, okay? We're not talking about the civil ones. Other than that, you wouldn't be listening to my content if your baby mama was civil. So I'm sure she's not. So anyway, going on to my next point, but definitely work on y'all communication. All right. Next. You have to realize why the baby mama hates your wife is because she sees how much you have grown, how much you have matured. She sees that you're doing better with the new woman, with your new companionship, and that irritates her because she's not understanding. She cannot comprehend why everything you're doing with the wife you was not able to do with her. Why all of a sudden you got a new home, but when you was staying with me, you was all right with us shacking up. Why you got a better job, but when you was with her, you didn't mind working at Popeyes? Why you married to this woman, but when she was with you, she couldn't get you to marry her? A lot of baby mamas, they automatically they hate the wife, because they feel as if the wife has some type of influence on making you a better man compared to her. Now, in many cases, this is true. However, this is one of the reasons your baby mama hates your wife. She sees you're doing so much better. And sometimes the way a man is has everything to do with the type of woman he chooses. And vice versa. The way a woman is has everything to do with the type of man she chooses. Certain people can bring out the worst in you, and there are others who can bring out the best in you. And a lot of these baby mamas are bitter, and they hating on your significant other because they cannot understand how you're doing so well. And the sad part is a lot of you guys, y'all are in denial. Y'all really think y'all baby mamas want the best for y'all. And they really just don't. They may sit up here and lie and make you think they want the best for you because they know the child they have from you is also going to benefit off of your success. They don't care if your son or daughter is going to do better with you doing great. They just pissed at the fact that you're doing great, period. They're not looking at long run, okay, I'm glad he has a new home. Now my children have a more stable place to live, or I'm glad he has a better job because now my kids, he can afford to pay for them to go to the best schools. No, she's not looking at how it's benefiting her daughter or son, y'all child. She's looking at how it's benefiting the wife. These bitter baby mamas, they do not know how to focus on the right thing. Because when you're bitter and angry and hateful, you're going to always look at the worst of things. You're not going to focus on the positive things. And when you're dealing with a bitter baby mama that's tossing, no matter how great you do, although it would be nice if she would be grateful, but in many cases they aren't, because they're too busy hating. Also, this is another point I would like to add. If your wife is just as successful as you or has just as much as you, she knows your wife or your fiance, is a very good woman and has her sugar honey iced tea together. Your wife could come off as a threat, to the baby mama, especially if the baby mama is struggling. If your wife is attractive and pretty, she can become a threat to the baby mama, especially if the baby mama looks like a rhinoceros or, a prostitute, somewhere, in the hood of Las Vegas. She's going to feel some type of way. Any little thing your wife or your fiance has that your baby mama cannot top, she cannot beat it or cannot match it, that's going to always make her feel some type of way. Because again, women know women. A woman knows, even if she's gutter bucket trash, she knows when she's up against a woman that is full of class and dignity and, has a lot to show for, she's going to automatically feel some type of way because you got to realize, women by nature are jealous creatures. Even if they never admit it. Women by nature, they're jealous creatures. They just jealous if they see you walk in a hair salon and you got a real Fendi bag and you well dressed, she thinks she's something. She think she this and that. It's just by nature. So when you add the fact that now the woman is with you on top of the equation, that only magnifies the hate that she already has for you. So anytime you step your game up, you upgrade, you get a woman that's better, and I'm not saying she so much better as far as, superior, but you have a woman who has her stuff together and she's just making better choices compared to the baby mama, she's automatically going to become a threat. So you have to understand that. And when this does happen, you have to keep in mind she's going to automatically hate your wife. And the thing about it is, once a woman has already made up in her mind that she don't like another woman, there is nothing that woman can do. That woman can keep her kids every weekend. That woman can buy her kids birthdays, presents. She's still going to find fault in everything your wife does because she just flat out don't like her. And a lot of what you men don't understand is you so badly want an instant fix. It doesn't work that way. You may tell your wife, well, all we got to do is this, all we got to do is get the kids on the weekends, all we got to do is do that. A lot of you men, y'all try to downplay the situation and make it seem like if the wife just does something or whatever, it's gonna make the baby mama change her mind. You cannot change the mind of a toxic bitch. It's not going to happen. A lot of you men aren't understanding that. And then you try to make it seem like to the wife is being dramatic. No, the wife is not being dramatic. The wife is being frustrated because you're not willing to see your baby mama for who she is. You don't want to accept it. And you have to realize that women bond differently than men. So your baby mama may melt like candy when it comes to you. Act all nice to a certain degree. That's her way of being manipulative when it comes to you. But that does not mean she's going to apply that same method to your wife. She's not going to try to melt or butter your wife off. If anything, she will try to be vindictive and malicious because her aim is to make the wife so uncomfortable with the situation that the wife will leave, that the wife will withdraw herself. And that way, now she can say, see, she was never for you. She gave up on you. She didn't have your back. I've been in situations like that. I've been in a situation where I had an ex-wife who tried to make me look like I was the crazy one. When she was doing low-key undercover shit that men, y'all can't comprehend, y'all don't pick up on because y'all are men. It's little vindictive stuff. It's the little vindictive stuff that these women do that you men don't always catch up on because men, y'all don't look deep into stuff like women do. She'll do little vindictive stuff like, it's kind of like some of these baby mamas, they will do a lot of low-key disrespect. They will do private disrespect, but try to openly pretend that they're more womanly than what they pretend to be. You know what I'm saying? So if your wife tells you something, for instance, if your wife tells you, hey, just let you know, when she dropped off little JJ, she didn't make sure I'll get a good example. He didn't have on the shoes, the nice tennis shoes that we bought last week for him. She sent him back to us this weekend with the raggedy shoes she first sent him here with. And when last week when we brought him some new shoes, she didn't send him back with those same shoes. She sent him back with raggedy shoes. Now, your wife confronts you and tells you this. You call the baby mama and you say, hey, I have a concern. You drop little JJ off. Why does he not have on the shoes that we paid for last week? Why he got on the old shoes? Why he got on the raggedy shoes? She may say something as simple as, well, I did not want him to mess up those new shoes. So, that's the reason why I didn't let him go over there, with those new shoes on. I'd rather him wear his raggedy ones because I know he's just going to basically play all day. So it wasn't no point in me sending him in his brand new shoes. Now, in your mind, that sounds sensible, right? But as a woman, we know there's more to it behind it. No, you didn't send him over here with those shoes because that's your way of trying to get us to buy him more shoes. Or that's your way of making it seem like when he's with you, you got him well dressed and wearing the fine things in life. But then when he comes to us, the child is raggedy. See, men, y'all don't look at stuff deep like that. And as a woman, when we bring this to y'all attention, it's like we're coming off as dramatic. And we're not. You have to learn that when a woman says something to you about another woman, she knows exactly what she's talking about. Don't just blow it off, because it's little stuff like that, it escalates. Next thing you know is the baby mama, she's sending them raggedy stuff every week now. How many times you going to keep co-signing with her every time she has an excuse that sounds logic, but your wife is telling you, no, I know what she's doing. You know what I mean? So trust your wife, trust your woman when she tells you, I know this woman is being vindictive. You know what I mean? Little stuff. Like I said, it's little shit you men overlook. It's the little things. Y'all may plan a birthday party for little Kiki, and the wife, out the kindness of her heart, she'll go and pay for the cake, okay? Somehow, the baby mama finds out the wife is buying the cake, and she'll go buy one of her own. Or if the wife brings the birthday cake to the little event, and as they cutting into the cake, the baby mama says, oh, how y'all gonna get him chocolate? So-and-so, he don't like chocolate. He like vanilla. How y'all don't know little JJ, he don't eat chocolate? Well, all that time, if she knew the cake was going to be chocolate, she should have said something. Or if she felt like, just to be on the safe side, that y'all possibly could have got the wrong cake, she had the ample amount of time to address it. A lot of these baby mamas are very vindictive. I've seen wives or girlfriends go to a child's event, whether it's they birthday party, whether if it's their graduation, and you have some of these baby mamas, they're so vindictive. They will intentionally, instead of sitting with the family, they'll go sit way on the other side, just doing a lot of vindictive, malicious, petty ass stuff. They're still trying to prove a point, like they got some type of control. Or they'll get graduation tickets, but they make sure they give you the tickets where you sit way to the back while they sit way to the front. I mean, you men, y'all don't catch on the shit like that. And that's where it becomes very frustrating for the wife. So, trust the wife, especially if your wife has good intentions. She's not just being extra. She definitely just wants to make sure you are protecting yourself in the process. Another reason why your baby mama hates your wife, it's basically the drama is a cover up for how she really feels. Most likely, in many cases, she still has feelings for you. The love that exists between two parents cannot be completely broken, not even by anger or disappointment. It does not matter what people say. Baby mama and the baby daddy, as much as they claim to hate each other, it's going to always be that hate, love, existence. It's going to always be there. Instead of accepting the fact that love still exists in her heart, she may not be mature enough to accept it for what it is and move on. A lot of women don't want to admit that they still have feelings. In the words of Pastor Jakes, you're not going to hate something you don't care about. If you don't care about it, it's not going to bother you. So if she's pressed to bother, she's going to act out. And in some cases, she may be in such extreme denial that she's not going to accept it. Or she's just too childish to accept it. She may not realize that the love she feels doesn't have to be expressed romantically. It's nothing wrong with the baby mama having a love for you, but she got to learn where to place it at. She can't allow it to get her so emotionally overwhelmed to the point that she's disrespecting your wife and you as well. Or she just doesn't want him to believe she still loves him, so she acts out in ways that supposedly express hatred or disdain. Remember, this is a cover-up. This really should have been number one. In most cases, the baby mama still has feelings for you as the baby father. Now, she's going to come up with all type of explanations to make you think otherwise. She's going to say you need to spend more time with the kids when she really wants you to spend more time with her. Or you don't never reach out to the child when really she wants you to reach out to her. Or you don't never come to see the child when she really wants you to come see her. A lot of these baby mamas, they want to be a package deal. They don't understand that y'all can have children together and it not be anything else. And y'all can have a love for each other and it not be anything else. A lot of these baby mamas, they're not woman enough to separate their emotions from the situation. Yes, I love him. I'm always care for him because he's the father of my child. But the reality is he has a wife. He has moved on. I got to move on. A lot of them are not going to do that. Then you have those who move on out of spite. They'll hurry up and get somebody else to make y'all think they moved on, and they haven't. It's a lot of baby mamas who will, get another man, move a man in their apartment, have your kids calling them stepdad, and it's all just to spite you. She really doesn't want the man, but she will use the man as a prop to make you think she has moved on. She doesn't care. She doesn't have any feelings. And it's all a crock of bull. You know what I mean? And a lot of you men have to understand that. Some of you men, well, I know it ain't like that because she done moved on. I done moved on. No. She has not moved on. She got that man out of spite to make you think, she's living her best life. And she's not. It's a front. A lot of females will get a quick rebound dude to try to get over their baby daddy. And you as a man, you're not going to understand that. But women, we see it happen all the time. So just be mindful of that. That her drama is a cover up for how she emotionally feels. She acting out, saying stupid stuff out the mouth. Every time you call, she wants to reminisce and bring up the past and go down memory lane and bring up what y'all used to do and how it used to be. That's a big indication when your baby mama still wants to bring up memories from the past, still wants to bring up things from the past. That means she still has feelings. Woman who has truly moved on, she's not bringing up the past. She's not bringing up what things used to be because she's focusing on the future. She's not trying to look backwards. She's trying to go forwards. The next one is the rest of her life is out of control. This is another significant problem for why your baby mama hates your wife. She sees y'all stability. She sees that y'all are well established. She sees that y'all have it together. Her life, on the other hand, is none of that. When a baby mama faces experiences like the loss of a loved one, her career not going anywhere, or she's caring for a man who's not doing her right, she experiences the stress of not being able to control her life. This causes her to hold the reins even more tightly with situations she can control, like the children. And I absolutely agree with this due to the fact that in many cases, when a woman has other things in her, when these baby mamas have other things in their lives that are out of order, the only way they feel like they could gain some control is by using the kids. It's that displaced anger. I can't control shit over here, so I'm going to see if I can control everything over there with the child. A lot of women that are not in a good place, misery likes company. I'm miserable. I'm not happy. Last thing I'm going to try to do is make life easy for you. My life ain't easy, so why should I make your life easy? I'm not happy, so why should I sit back and just let you be happy? A lot of these baby mamas are so vindictive. They feel like they should be able to have whatever you have as the baby's father. Being that her life is so out of control, she feels like she has to gain control somewhere. And if it's through her using the children, then that's what she's going to do. So be mindful of that. A woman that's unstable and ain't got her shit together, she's going to try to rock the boat, and especially she sees your wife and you are in a good place. Y'all got a nice home. Y'all got good jobs. You know what I mean? Y'all have y'all problems like everybody else, but for the most part, y'all maintaining. And she's in a struggle. That will pretty much poke her like a bear. And you got to be prepared to understand that. The next thing is she's angry with your wife and angry with you because she has grown up. Relationships that form during the early years of our lives are difficult to maintain because the two parties grow up and grow apart. It could be that during y'all time together, the baby mama wanted a certain treatment from you, but she never received it because you were either too immature to understand the importance of what she was looking for. Now that you have matured as a man, she is seeing a different side of you, and it angers her that you couldn't offer her that during y'all time when y'all was together, and respect that he is seeing you offer to this new woman that's in your life. That's a big problem with a lot of baby mamas. They see a man's growth. They see how he's doing so well, and they can't phantom it. They can't understand it. As I mentioned before, when I was with him, we was living in the shack. Now he with her, he got a big old home. He got a new house. He ain't wanted to do no more than he was doing when I was with him, but now he's married to her. He has his own business. And a lot of baby mamas, they can't understand that, different relationships go through seasons. So she probably, and most likely, when y'all was involved, you probably was not at your best, and it could have been because of you, your immaturity, or it also could have been that she didn't have what the other woman has to motivate you. Like I said, certain people bring out the best in you, certain people bring out the worst in you. She might have been one of those women that she was just content, with having the mediocre with you. So the fact that you have progressed and really, started accelerating and doing well for yourself, that can definitely, get your baby mama in her feelings. She's seeing you're doing well and you're progressing. With your wife, that would definitely make her feel some type of way. So, for the most part, I gave y'all a lot of solid, indications as to why your baby mama hates your wife. But at the same time, it's very imperative that you and your wife must be on the same key at all times. Even if you disagree with something your wife says or does when it comes to how you do with your baby mama, it's very important that y'all speak about this amongst each other. Never address this around the children, because the children do go back and tell their mamas stuff, because let's face it, these baby mamas be training their children to be ear hustlers. Children gonna look out for the best interest of their mother. So be careful with what you speak around the kids, and definitely be careful with what you and your wife, how y'all interact around the kids, because they go back and tell the baby mama everything. Oh, but daddy and so-and-so was arguing. Oh, daddy and so-and-so was fighting, whatever. Also, definitely don't display any type of disagreement amongst each other in front of her. She would definitely get a rise out of that. When whatever y'all do privately, however y'all handle things privately, that's one thing. But you have to be very mindful with how y'all handle each other and how y'all communicate to each other publicly, especially in her presence. Anything she sees out of alignment, she's going to play on that. She's going to probably use that as an opportunity to put in her 10 cents. So be mindful of that. Also, realize as the man, you got to be a mediator. Sometimes you men are lazy, and I don't say that to be disrespectful, but y'all don't like dealing with women drama, and I get it. So for the most part, y'all try to exclude yourselves from it, but in this case, you can't do that. You don't leave the wife or your fiance there out to dry and have to deal with your baby mama. You have to always be that middleman, unless your baby mama is a mature woman and your wife is a mature woman and they can talk and reason with each other without you always having to be a mediator, then that's different. But if you got a confrontational baby mama, you want to keep them two far away apart from each other as much as possible. Baby mama, your wife. If that means having two separate events, two separate birthday parties, Little Kiki have her birthday party at our mama house, then the same day or the next day have it at her daddy house. You got to do what you got to do. You don't put two women in the same room who don't like each other, who aren't fond of each other. Especially when you know the baby mama is a ratchet counterpart. You can't keep using your kids as an excuse to make you think that the baby mama knows how to be civil. You have some baby mamas, they don't have a time or place. They would get out of character anywhere. I've seen instances in which women, go to the birthday parties to support the husbands and, to just, participate for the sake of the child, only for the baby mama to have her family there and her friends there, and they all sizing up your wife, looking at your wife sideways, because they already got a prejudgment about her based on what your baby mama said. So this is stuff you men don't think about. There's a lot of reasons your baby mama hates your wife, but the main reason is she hates your happiness with your wife. She hates your happiness. She hates the fact that you look better, you're doing better with your significant other. That's like a thorn on her rib cage. It's going to always be uncomfortable for her. But keep in mind, just never allow yourself to get out of character. Don't let the baby mama get you out of character. You go to visit your child, she's talking to you reckless, she's getting out of pocket, she's saying things, to preserve your peace of mind and avoid getting a record and a restraining order where she can block you from seeing your child. It's best that you don't go nowhere near her. You wait till that child gets old enough where they can come to you themselves. If they got the mind of the child twisted, the child is being disrespectful to you now, the child act like they're in alliance with the mother, then guess what? The way you handle that mother, you got to handle that child the same way. You cannot give the child a pass because that's your child. If you have a daughter and she's being disrespectful, acting like the mama, talking back to you all type of way, disrespecting you, not staying in her place as a child or even with a son, that's not an excuse to tolerate disrespect because you love your child, you love your son, you love your daughter. So you're going to take the disrespect just because you don't want to like the bad guy. But what you're doing is you're giving bad signals, because if your child is witnessing how much the mother disrespects you and you tolerate it, that's going to make that child think it's acceptable for them to disrespect you as well. Mothers have a very big influence on their children. Really, anybody who's the primary custody parent, they have the bigger influence due to the fact that the child is with them the majority of the time. So I have to realize these kids are soaking up everything the baby mama says. If she's talking trash about the wife, that baby mama comes around your wife, she's going to treat your wife accordingly to how the mother feels about that wife. If that child hears how the mother talks disrespectfully about you as the father, and when it's your weekend and your time to get time, quality time with the child, you to get acquainted with the child's acting funny. The child is, challenging you and testing you in ways in which they've never done before. Keep in mind, a lot of that has everything to do with, the baby mama done placed the battery in that child's back. And when you get in situations like that, when the baby mama has placed the battery in the child's back, sometimes you have to walk away. It's just as simple as that. Now, the baby mama tell you if you walk away, you a deadbeat. She'll say you a loser. She'll say you ain't no real man. And all this is just a manipulative tactic to hold you hostage under her misery. You got a lot of baby mamas, they don't want you there, but they want you there. They don't want you there because they don't want to keep seeing you come around and, displaying your new car, displaying your wife, whatever she feels that you have that she doesn't. But at the same time, she wants you around because when she's miserable or she needs somebody to take her toxicity out on, you're there. You're convenient. A lot of you baby daddies, y'all are just convenient punching bags. The man she with may be a bum, so she can't take her frustration out on him, or she don't have a man at all to take her frustration out on. So what better man to do it with than the baby daddy? A lot of y'all are just convenient punching bags. She's miserable, and she wants to cause disharmony in your household. And the truth be told, a lot of you men, y'all make it easy for these baby mamas to cause disharmony in your household, because you don't want to see her for who she is. You want to see her as the woman you've known her to be, or you still give her a pass because she's the mother of your child. And disrespect is disrespect. You don't allow another woman to disrespect you or disrespect your wife. Definitely don't let her disrespect you, because if she disrespects you, she's automatically going to disrespect the wife. And that's not cool, because guess who's watching? Your children. Your children see it, they're going to do it. And you know who's going to back them up? The toxic ass baby mama. Toxic baby mama is not well enough to say, I don't care if me and Miss So-and-so don't get along. You go over there, you respect her rules, you listen to her, and you listen to her daddy, and that's that. A lot of these females, they will co-sign when their children being disrespectful, which is not cool, because regardless of what, you don't teach your child to disrespect anybody. And as a man, you don't use your child as an excuse for them to come around and be disrespectful, because you're afraid of losing them. In actuality, a lot of y'all men are so hell bent on having your children in your life that even when the child comes around, y'all don't think y'all lost them. But do you not realize you can have a child in your presence and still lose them? Because they're not bonding with you due to the fact they got that battery in their back. Or no matter how much time you spend with them, when they go back home to their mama, she could still deprogram all the good deeds that you have done. You got to be very mindful. So anyway, depending on, how my Cash App looks, I might do a part 2 on giving solutions. Now also, to all the wives, to all the fiancés, to all the girlfriends, I actually have a webinar that I'm going to be doing for those of you who are interested in having solutions and dealing with your bitter baby mama. I got some really good information. I got some good strategies. I got some awesome tactics that can help you conquer, if not totally conquer, but you will definitely progress in dealing with the bitter baby mama if you decide to enroll in my bitter baby mama drama webinar, which means I'm going to actually be speaking with you and interacting with you on the live stream, and I'm going to have it to where only certain people can come. That way, if there's questions or y'all have certain situations and y'all want my intake on my perspective on it, I'll be more than willing to offer that, because this is something I specialize in. I specialize in baby mama drama. Chaos. I have a lot of effective solutions. I have a lot of effective advice. I'm sure that a lot of y'all could utilize the advantage, again, because I've been dealing with this a couple of 17, 18 years in the game, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just somebody who teaches these type of things because I had to learn from a third party, or I had to, listen to someone else or whatever. So, if you as a woman, if you're interested in attending my webinar, I'm going to leave my email in the comment section for you to hit me up and say, yeah, I am interested in joining your webinar. So, it'll basically be $15 per woman. For every female that wants to join my webinar. I have a lot of suggestions and solutions as to how to deal with bitter baby mama drama that I really believe it has worked for me, and it can very well work for you. A lot of us, we just make things more difficult than what it is. It's not how you perceive things, is how you deal with things, and I know that I have the abilities to be able to guide you in that direction. For those of you who are interested in attending my baby mama drama webinar. So anyway, y'all, leave y'all comment below, let me know what y'all think. Gentlemen as well, was there any other things that y'all felt like I should have addressed that I did not speak upon pertaining to this? Because I want to make sure if I need to do a part 2, I will be glad to do a part 2. But this concludes our content. Why your baby mama hates your wife. I know y'all know plenty of people who going through this. Send this to your brother, your uncle, your mama, your daddy. I mean, send this to all, the men who are married and their wives or fiancés, girlfriends are at their wits' end. It may be something in here that they can utilize to their advantage. Also, if you like today's content, please make sure you like, share, subscribe for those who want to cash out. That will also be available in my comment section as well. So anyway, y'all, leave your comments below. Let me know what y'all think. Again, if I didn't address anything, let me know what I should have addressed. And if I feel it's necessary to do a part 2, I can continue with your why your baby mama hates your wife part 2. So anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. This is your girl, your diva and knowledge, Lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe Day Pottery. So I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Y'all take care. Be blessed.